Today on Liberty and Leadership, I'm joined by Nicole Jain, a TFAS alumna who is a leader in promoting human rights and improving educational outcomes. Nicole has dedicated her career to acting as a voice for the less fortunate. Her extensive work has included promoting educational opportunity, women's reproductive health, and mental health. As the author of a children's book on mental health and a member of several advocacy groups around the world, Nicole's work has taken her near and far. Nicole, thanks for being with me today.
Of course, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I'm really looking forward to hearing more about the long list of things you've been up to since your TFAS program ended, but let's start with a few questions about that experience. How did you first learn about TFAS and what prompted you to apply to our program?
Well, it was in 2008 and I was really interested in political science and public policy, and I wanted to expand my programming, my internships, my experiences. And so I basically I'm a huge fan of Georgetown University. And so when I saw that there was a program in conjunction with TFAS, especially the philanthropy and nonprofit management program, I was so excited and it felt like a perfect fit. So I found the program online. I got a scholarship to go, which was amazing and super helpful. And I interned at American Institute for Cancer Research. Yeah, so the book came out of kind of a COVID project that my brother and I wanted to work on. I currently work at his mental health startup called Udify, which I can talk about a little later. But, we had some free time during COVID, and it was a very personal story to us. The book focuses on siblings who are dealing with societal stigma while seeking treatment for my mother's mental health challenges. It was definitely a very hard decision, and we had many difficult conversations as a family to talk about it, especially, in the South Asian community. There's a lot of stigma associated with depression and other mental illnesses. And, the main issue that came up for us in regards to mental health was there was a clear navigation issue. Once you realize something is wrong, what do you do next? What is it? A support group? Is it therapy? Is it medicine? What exactly should you be doing to make sure that, your mom or your loved one is doing okay? So that's why we decided to write that book. And it's a great conversation starter for adults to start talking about mental health with their kids. The book also has some really great definitions of words like stigma, depression, mental health, support groups, and it was actually also endorsed by Ron Artiste, Meta World Peace, who
Sure.
he was a great leader in the mental health space years ago. He cited his psychiatrist for helping him, and he brought mental health to the forefront of athletics. So for him to talk about our book, it was amazing. And the last thing I want to add is it wasn't just about our experience. We interviewed countless doctors, therapists, young parents to make sure that it was based on evidence and not just an anecdotal experience. So that's kind of how the book came about.
Well, that's interesting. A COVID project, you called it, I think, and a lot of people decided to go buy a dog. You wrote a book that is helping people today. And are you finding that it's finding its way into schools, into doctors' offices, into the places
Oh yeah,
that people need it?
I'm glad you brought that up. We've definitely sent it to a lot of private practices of therapists. One really great thing we're doing is I went to USC, the University of Southern California, for undergrad, and we're partnering with elementary schools that are neighboring the USC campus, and we're training college students to implement a lesson plan that goes with the book. She gets, she's a little nervous when we brought it up and talked to her. She was like, "Well, what am I going to tell my friends? Like, I didn't say anything to my friends, and like, what am I going to do?" So it was kind of, she's a little shy. It's more both of us that are leading the effort, but I think she's realizing how important it is and what great feedback we've gotten. To be honest, she's in full remission. She's been great
Yeah,
for the past
wonderful.
5 or 6 years now. So we're super lucky and happy that she's doing well.